All right, what's good? What's good? What's good? Thanks to boxing fan who was here a half hour ago. We'll see if anybody shows up at this 5 o'clock political hour on MH Blackwell. Hope everybody's doing well. We got one person in the building. What's up, man? You know what I'm about to get to. As soon as we get maybe like 15, 20 people in here, hopefully we get 15, 20 people. We get in here because this is the hour I'm experimenting with my time. I think I'm gonna probably wind up going in the evenings. Let me wait till some cats come in because I usually ain't on at this time. Let me just cut to the chase. Look, okay, so I've been looking into this stuff as far as what's going on with this Venezuelan gang. That doesn't look real to me. I have to be honest with you, it doesn't seem real. I don't think that that's something that is like a legitimate problem, man. What's up, CB77? How you feeling, man? What's good with you? This is the daily time that I'm going on, 5 o'clock. True Seeker, what's up, man? Get the likes up, man. Yeah. Get the likes up, man. I appreciate you coming by, hollering at me. Waiting for some people to come on, man. What's going on, Edwin Volatile? What up, man? We're not going to be on here for a long time today, but we just wait for some cats to come on in the building. Shout out to Edwin Volatile, CB77. Shout out to you. Blessed by the best, sir. That's what's up. Yes, sir. Blessings to you as well. I tell you, Edward Volatile and True Seeker, man. Just what is this cooling? Eric Johnson, what's going on, man? What's happening with you, sir? I can't complain, man. I'm just tripping on all this stuff going on with this presidential election, man. So I did. My guy Kamal sent me. I think a lot of the articles about what's going on with this Venezuelan drug gang, this Venezuelan gang that's in these Colorado apartments. Man, as much research as I could do on that, man, I don't think that's real. I don't think it's real. I think it's a Republican scam to create a lot of media frenzy and get. I sent one from the Colorado police. What are you talking about, True Seeker? You sent one from Colorado. What do you mean? You sent one what? Yeah, it's fake news. That shit ain't real, man. What's going on, Omega Red? It's not real. I got an article from that's written by somebody from a news article that was written by somebody from I think it's the Aurora Sentinel. Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you did point me to that. Where did you send it? You sent it, True Seeker. Where'd you send it to? Yeah, it's crazy, man, but people are really running with this, man. Like, you have people are out there talking about how, like, man, black gangs really need to be worried about these Venezuelan gangs coming up here. These Venezuelan gangs coming up here, man, they're going to wind up taking over the neighborhoods. And again, man, as soon as I heard it, it reminded me of Killer Bees back from the 1970s. And then when I was a little kid, every Saturday morning, you would see these reports about killer bees. Killer bees are coming, killer bees. And it's always around around election time. Always around election time. When all this drama happens. I promise you, wait till December. You will not hear a word about Venezuelan prison gangs taking over housing projects. Oh, you sent it to from AWash account. Okay, cool. Yeah, but you did hit me up. Nah, let me tell you. Watch this. I'm going to go through it for you, man. Anthony Forbes. I'm going to read this and then. What's going on, Egomaniac Kid? I don't think. Let me see. Like, look, I think that it's real. Like, it's real to a certain. Like, there's real crime in that area. There really are gangs in those areas, but those housing projects are not taken over by Venezuelan prison gangs. And the fact that the fact that people are saying that, it should just pay attention to this later on. But let's read it for right now. Okay. So this is an article from the Sentinel Community Share, or the Sentinel, Colorado Sentinel. And this is out of Aurora. Aurora officials must counter Venezuelan gang hysteria perpetuated by dodgy politicians and media propagandists. This grisly attempt at terrorizing Aurora residents in hopes of swaying voters to back anti-immigrant candidates and causes must stop. Enough! Aurora residents have had enough of their community and some of the most vulnerable people amongst us being made dangerously into pawns for a despicable right-wing political farce. Some city and regional Republican lawmakers, especially Aurora Council member Danielle Jurisinki, Jurinsky, Mayor Mike Kaufman, and congressional hopeful John Fabricatori owe Aurora, the state, and the nation an apology for purposely generating terror in a foul and blatant grab for political gain. In my almost 40 years of being a journalist, the national televised fabrication that Venezuelan gangsters run amok in Aurora is among the most despicable and dangerous stunts I've ever seen. Aurora Interim Police Chief Heather Morris, late to the game in this controversy, made it unequivocal late Friday when Aurora released a video of her saying adamantly, "What we're learning out here is that gang members definitely have not taken over this complex. A community overrun and overtaken by gangs is the outlandish fabrication that Jurinsky has perpetuated locally and nationally. She's done it with the aid of propagandists posing as journalists at Fox News, the New York Post, and a handful of local TV and print outlets. This grisly attempt at terrorizing Aurora residents in hope of swaying voters to back anti-immigrant candidates and causes must stop." And then they go on. And basically what they say is that, hey, what's up, Iceman Vamp? Venezuelans been on the U.S. ishlit for 20 years. They've been trying to overthrow their government since Hugo Chavez. Oh, no doubt. Hugo Chavez was the 90s. Yeah, that's before Maduro. Thanks. Hey, thanks, Iceman Vamp. Oh, you don't know if it's a gang? If you think this is bad, look up the congressional subpoenas issued by Jim Gordon and James Corner. What do they put out there? What's going on, Phenomenal Show? Hey, man, what's up, man? Yeah, so basically what they're saying is that this prison gang thing is not real. That most of the, if not all of the Venezuelans that are in those housing projects that are in that housing were put there by the state. They were put there by the state. And another thing that you see is, like, a lot of the articles written about this are not directly connected to those housing projects. A lot of both frivolous claims, one of which was the Biden impeachment and against against Mayorkas over the border. Okay. Look, man, I think it's all bad. Yeah, I know they're bad. They're all bad. They're terrible. But it's politics, man. That's what it is. They claim Biden was responsible for influence peddling schemes. I mean, he might have. But look, that's just politics, man. Any of this wild news that comes up around the time of the election, It's in one ear and out the other for me, man. What's going on, Brandon 404? How you feeling, man? It's in one ear and out the other with me. I can't. I'm just honest truth, man. It's in one ear and out the other for me. Because the policies that people are pushing are the immigration policy. So anytime the Republican Party or the Democratic Party wants to do something, they villainizing dark people is one of the first things that they do. He said, yeah, I agree with the politics part. I just never seen it this bad to where they're pushing debunked conspiracy theories. Man, they're just trying to cause doubt. It's trying to cause doubt in you. I've been listening to shows over the last couple of days, man, listening to people talk over the last couple of days. They're instilling fear and instilling fear, trying to get somebody to say, okay, I'm not going to vote for her. Or I'm going to get up to the polls. I'm really motivated to get up to the polls, so I'm going to vote for that guy. Republicans did this exact same fear mongering with MS-13. Yeah, they're connecting Egomaniac Kid. They're connecting MS-13 to this when they're talking about that Venezuelan gang. What is MS-13? Was that Ecuadorian? I mean, not an Ecuadorian. El Salvador? Are they from El Salvador or something like that? They've always done this. Always sensationalism. Both Republicans and Dems support immigration. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they do. They support the type of immigration that results in you losing your job. They support the type of immigration that results in your wages getting flatlined. True Seeker, I was done when I heard Trump say he had a bigger crowd than Martin Luther King. I have a dream speech at the Washington Martin. Yeah, True Seeker, Donald Trump will just lie like it ain't no like. El Salvador, yeah, it's from El Salvador. Thank you, phenomenal show. Yeah, they were connecting the El Salvadorian gang with the Venezuelan gang. You know what it is. It don't matter whatever type of non-white person you can come up with that are going to invade your country. We have got to vote. We've got to vote and keep them out. That's the same line they've been using for a long time. They did the same thing with Haitians. They did it with everything. Hell no. I'm fed up. I'm fed the F up. Is any form of reparations on the ballot? No. Any anti-black hate law? No. Legislation to severely punish evil police that kill innocent, unarmed black folk? No. No black agenda, no black vote. Well, hey, man, don't vote. You'll never vote again in your life. The only people that support all that black stuff is black people, and only half of them. Exactly. They think they're all Mexicans, so they don't care. Dude, do you really think for a second? Can you put your Negro hats on for a minute? Can you put your Negro hats on for a minute? Ain't no Mexicans, Venezuelans, or anybody else coming up into the United States running around with a bunch of fucking guns, taking over apartment complexes. Dude, they just stole the line out of New Jack City. And I don't even think they did that shit in New York for real. Like, you're gonna for real take over a whole housing complex? I don't buy it. Bro, there's not enough people in this live stream. Dude, this is my B channel. There's not enough people in this live stream for you to come on. For now, we got to stop playing the victim. Who's playing the victim? It is. I've listened to a lot, and a lot of them do. True Seeker, I've listened to them. I'll run into this. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to run into the same problem that I run into in boxing talking about politics. Because I would love, like, do you know how nice it would be to just be able to make up any old type of shit and go with it, even if you don't believe it and you know it shouldn't, you know it ain't true? How many years has conservative or that right leaning and left leaning put that type of shit on us. And every time we hear it, we like, yeah, we know that shit ain't true. They're just trying to, but then we let it slide with somebody else. EH said, I can't vote anyway, so it doesn't matter who I like support. If I did have a dog in the race, oh yeah, I mean, no, it matters. I mean, you can tell people to vote. Your voice matters. Because they know the general public is stupid and don't. Yeah, they do. Oh my God, man. Let me tell you, phenomenal show. There's a lot of people, a lot of that talk going on, man. A lot of it. I maybe read. I think I read for maybe 4 hours of videos and just doing research on it, and I realized, man, this shit's not true. It's not true. This is more than likely some crimes have taken place, and some racist white woman wanted to make a big deal about it so she could get famous. So the easiest way to do it is say, oh, the darkies are taking over. In Colorado, so you have a bunch of right-wing Republicans. You don't believe what? Yeah, I mean, dude, you don't believe what? Grump. I'm not voting for Trump. Before it was immigrants taking up resources, they were pointing fingers towards black on welfare and saying housing saying the same thing about us. Yeah. And then now you got black people though that are buying into it. That are saying, okay, yeah. Trump is a Why are you so kick science socially? Why are you so interested in what I am? You can't just take what I say for truth, for it being true or false, whether you agree with it or not. I am not a Democrat. No, I'm not Democratic. No, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican either. My name is Martin. Nice to meet you. I judge based on the issues. I mean, no, I don't sound like one. You sound like somebody that's trying to jump to conclusions. What sounds like one? I don't give a fuck if you think I'm sounding like a Democrat or not. Fuck, I care. Why are you focusing your energy on what I sound like versus what I'm saying? I am staying neutral. Why don't you stay neutral? You're not neutral. You're not neutral. You're telling me I sound like a Democrat and telling me to sound neutral. You don't sound neutral. What policy do they have that speaks to Black Americans? Who is they? I'm not man, get the fuck out of my face, bro. Goodbye. Go find somebody to argue with, bro. I'm not in the mood. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris. And I'm not voting for Donald Trump either. You guys are spending your time trying to figure out what I think. Instead of, why don't you talk about what you think? I'm telling you it's bullshit. I do not believe, from what I've seen, that a group of Venezuelan gang members, are taking over the city of Aurora, Colorado. Oh, they bots? Nah, Grumpy Grump is not. That's Grumpy Grump. Grumpy's on the channel. He's not being a bot. I can't speak for the other one, though. But, man, y'all not about to guilt trip me for telling you that I don't like Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Why would I want to vote for Donald Trump? Now, I got to tell you, I'm not a big fan of the Democrats. I'm not a big fan of Democrats because I am I am not pro-abortion. I am not pro-globalization. Not either one of those. Very anti-abortion. Very anti-abortion. Even though I understand that it's the woman's decision what she does with her body. So I ain't about to be up here. He said, "Nope, they still can't get fact that there's still some of us who aren't brain dead children and can think for ourselves. We don't have to subscribe to two-party politics." Exactly. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I am looking, and I don't get to vote. Oh, you're a new subscriber? Then okay, good to know. See you later. I thought you were the other guy, Grumpy Grump. You all throw the fuck out because you're rude. See you later. I thought you were my friend, Grumpy Grump. If I would have known you were some dude just being an asshole, I would have thrown you out earlier. Thanks for letting me know. Bro, I'm not out here to be kicked. Would love to vote for Jill Stein, but I just can't get past the abortion stuff. She has a great Black American agenda, but I'm not standing behind an active genocide of my people. Yeah, I can't vote, so I can't vote Democratic. I can't. Facts, I thought that was school. Yeah. If I would have known that was not that, if I would have known Grumpy Grump wasn't that Grumpy Grump, I would have been thrown his ass out. Because ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Phenomenal show. Thank you, brother. Supporting the channel big time, man. And Iceman Vamp. Facts, I thought that was school. What do you mean, what was school? What's up, Ralph Chestnut? How you feeling, man? Reggie Shit, what up, man? What's good with you, sir? What's good with you? Man, I'm sitting here, man, all this. I've seen that dude Grumpy Grump for like 3 days or 4 days talking crazy to me. And I'm thinking to myself, man, damn, is Grumpy Grump having like a mental issue or something? This dude sure is acting a jerk. Oh, school is slang for us older. Man, y'all need to leave me the fuck alone with all of that. Hey, oh, school? Oh, so let me read it again. So he meant old school? I thought that was school. What is that? Kamala had an abortion bus at their DNC, which was a glorified concert and pep rally. They're all glorified pep rallies, though. They all are. Man, he's been, and by the way, the vice president doesn't even do anything. That's what's up, Reggie Ship. Thanks for tapping in, man. I'm totally against abortion. They want us to kill our kids because they're having issues having kids, hence all the immigrants. Yeah, dude, I'm all right with all of that, man. My thing is that, but I do think that, like, I'm responsible if my wife had an abortion. That's the way that I think of it. Like, but men, if you taking care of your kids, you're really taking care of business. Then why would a woman want to abort your baby? Slipping up, having them when you don't expect. You got to take care of business, man. We call older cats school because we're supposed to learn from them. How old are you, Truth Seeker? Anyway, they always speak on what if she was. Yeah, but then I mean, it doesn't matter. There's an excuse for you. Then you go to speed limits. You still have a speed limit, even though there's exceptions to the speed limit. I mean, if a woman is going to die because she's having a baby, then who are you to tell her to die so she could have a baby? But you using that justification for all abortions is something else. Like, nah, bro, you guys know y'all are having some really casual ass abortions. You know you are. There are women out there has had 4 or 5 of them. Like, whatever, what do I care? I'll just go have one. Yeah. Look, True Seeker, look, said I keep it 100 for nine. I'm against it, but I do believe in some cases it's necessary. My sister's best friend died from something called Yelp syndrome. Oh, and you're 36. Okay. Yeah, look, dude, here's my thing. For women, that I'm not going to tell a woman what she got to do with her body. Because first of all, arguing with the women about what they do with their body is a recipe for a bad day. So I'm not telling anybody what to do with their body. It's women have babies, we don't have babies. So, what can you really say? But at the same time, it's still our choice if we want the abortion. I don't think you have a choice, Damian Wester. You don't have a choice. Are you a woman? Damian Webster, are you a woman? It's still our choice if we want the abortion or not. Are you a woman? Damien, if you're a woman, if you're not a woman, it's not your choice. It's her choice. It is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but they don't, Damien. So you're a fucking idiot. But they don't decide. Your girlfriend can have a baby. You can get pregnant by your girlfriend. She can go hop on the bus, get rid of that shit, and never tell you. Dude, man, whatever, man. I'm trying to be nice, man. It's hard with this political conversation, though. Here's this StreamYard, though. If you want to tell me if a woman gets killed and is pregnant, isn't it a double hump? Yes, it is. If a woman walks into, it's neither one. It's an abortion is what it is. If it's legal, it's an abortion. Not all kind of killing is and it's not if a woman gets killed and is pregnant, isn't that a double homicide? No. It depends on if somebody killed her or not. It's a homicide if somebody killed her, but not if it's a car accident. Yeah, if she doesn't want one, she won't get it. You can live in that lie. You can live in that la la land all you want. Dude, I'm not waiting for you. You're a liar, bro. You're not pulling up. Go away. But don't go away. I'm trying to be more polite. Our population should have been doubled by now. It makes me sick our population has doubled because of the population of the United States has doubled and our percentages stayed the same. So it has doubled. They just keep lying about the number, though. They lie about the number. They also fudge the number of Caucasians that are in the United States by putting a bunch of people on that. Yeah, but it has doubled. But, immigration and all of that, they keep blowing up the population. But, it's not all about black people. Not everything. Yeah, it got killed, but but look, you talk about homicide, you can have a woman die in a car accident, a pregnant woman die in a car accident. That's not homicide. Because nobody intentionally took her life. I was just kind of being a little bit of a smart ass with that, but I get your point, Eric Johnson, but what do you want me to say? What you want me to say? You want to talk about the world the way the world is, or you want to talk about the world the way you want it to be? I'm down for either conversation. It's true. I'm 66 years old. My thoughts, and I'm a retired psych nurse and a barber. So I really, really think a woman should have the right to their own bodies. I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, it's their decision because it is their body. It is their choice. Men, we don't have a choice in that. I mean, I'd had a lot of conversations with my mother and sisters about that, over the years, because I've always been, pretty much anti-abortion. Of course, they're not clicking the link. But at the end of the day, it's their decision what they do with their body. And it's just what it is. It's their decision. Now, the issue of abortion, though, is, I think, something that a lot of people don't fully understand. Like, or maybe it's a problem with me, because the issue that, is, states' rights. Because we live in we have a federalist country, but we have states. So whose decision is it to make the law? Is it the federal government's decision, or is it the state's law? And oftentimes Republicans or conservatives, quote unquote Republicans, conservatives believe that it's the state's right to choose. It's the state's right to lay the law down, because the people in the state get to vote and elect their officials. There needs to be uniformity on a federal level. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I don't think so. That's really dangerous. There's a dangerous balance there, I think. It's a dangerous balance there between states' rights and the laws that were in the federal government. You really want it's a delicate balance there. Because I do think that the state, like the state of Illinois or the state of Texas, they pass their own laws. You disagree with my adoration take? I don't have an adoration. What's my take on abortion? You mean abortion? Because I don't have a problem with adoration. I like adoration. If we never had corrupt Supreme Court justices, Roe versus Wade would have never gotten overturned. True seeker, Roe versus Wade got passed the same way that Dobbs got passed. The presidents have been appointing Supreme Court justices since the inception of the Supreme Court. None of this stuff is new. Even the stuff with that Project 2525. Project 25. I read a lot of the stuff that was out there about Project 25. I read the documents about Project 2025. And I was like, what's the big deal here? First of all, both of them are ideologues. Federal laws are supposed to keep the states honest. Well, not actually, Donald the now 69-year-old G. Grant. I met you when you were Donald G. the 64-year-old Grant. It's been 5 years, man. Bro, you didn't read no damn 900 pages. Bro, I didn't say that I read that I read 900 pages. I said that I researched it, and I damn sure did. Fuck you talking about? I damn sure did. I don't have to read 900 pages to know what 900 pages is talking about. I don't. Because a lot of it is what you call boilerplate, genius. Sir, I can read a lot. I can process a lot of information, homie. 900 pages is going to have they're going to have multiple different areas that they're looking at, and they're going to have the same boilerplate approach to every area of government. So I'm going to look at is what their boilerplate is, and then I'm going to say, oh, that's what they want to do in every one of these divisions. Pop culture. Let me tell you what it is. It's a transition plan, bro. I've written transition plans. It is a transition plan from one president to another. And what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to get their political appointees all picked out ahead of time. They're going to train their political appointees ahead of time. They're going to tell their political appointees for every one of these different offices, every one of these different departments in the federal government, we want to achieve this. And what they're going to do is they're going to give that to every one of those political appointees. And those political appointees are going to hit the ground running, and they're going to, and their enemy is the career staffers. Sir, how do I know that? I've worked on government. I've worked on mayoral campaigns. I've worked on gubernatorial campaigns. I've worked on congressional campaigns, senatorial campaigns. I've worked on transition teams when mayors moved into office and another mayor moved out. Multiple transition teams in DC, transition teams in Illinois. That's all it is. It's the Project 2025 is a transition plan. It's nothing to get scared about. You're going to leave in this 900 pages, not light. What do you mean? What are you guys serious? "900 pages is not a light book. But you don't read it. They've been writing those transition plans since 1980. The Democrats have had those same think tanks do the same thing on their side. Damn, I wish people did just research and read more. Yeah. I mean, this shit's crazy, man. I mean, a lot of this shit is bullshit. Dude, this immigration thing, I'm telling you, that crap out there in Colorado is BS, bro. Ralph Chestnut, all it is a transition plan. That's it. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to change rules within the executive branch. Rules within the executive branch. Because, you know, they want to do things, but they don't want to have to go to the Senate or the Congress to change the laws. So the Congress writes laws. So they don't want to have to go through Congress to get a law written. There are current books written on the books. They don't want to have the Supreme Court reinterpret laws or overturn laws. So what do they want to do? They want to write rules, executive rules that are very, very clear and can be and to interpret them in a way where it works for them. So they're looking to promulgate rules within the executive branch is what they're looking to do. So they're looking to kick out all of the liberal ideologies and the terminology and all of that stuff. It's not an autocratic regime. You guys need to take government, man. No, that's not. Look, no, they're not trying to place powers directly under control of the president. The president already has power within the executive branch. Oh, thank you, Eric. Well, you know what you can really do to really don't read it. Just go to the training videos. You don't have to read the whole thing. Go to the training videos. They've got like 25 training videos. And the 25 training revenues cover the 900 pages. You don't understand pop culture. I'm gonna throw you out of here, bro. You don't understand the Constitution. Why are you talking to me about the Constitution when you clearly don't understand it? There are three branches of government: the legislature, the executive, and the judicial. Within the executive branch, there are executive orders and there are executive rules that allow the president to enact certain things without going to Congress and without asking for interpretation from the Supreme Court. It's tough, man, because a lot of people really don't understand how government works. A lot of the political discussions that I hear are it's the executive branch. He already has the right to do it. Yeah, you can. I'm about to kick you out of here, bro. You're bugging me. You're bugging out. Hey, Truth Seeker, you got to stop, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't think. They are transitioning the executive branch. The executive branch is the military and the agencies of the federal government. Health and Human Services, the IRS, Homeland, all of the different governments, bro. You don't, hey, I didn't mean to block pop culture, but you're just doing too much, bro. When the president takes the actions you're referred to, is called an executive answer, like the actions he recently took and pertain to Warren. No, I understand what you mean. Yeah, it's an executive, it's the executive branch or executive action, executive orders. You mean an executive order? He issued an executive order. But I mean, we'll figure it. I mean, that's fine. Here, I'll tell you where to get it. I'll put a link in here. You can get it from. Here, I'll put it in. Here, go here. If you go to this YouTube channel, they got all the training videos up there. Here you go. This channel has all the training videos. Pro Publica. Yeah, you can go there. Go there. Did somebody support? Thanks, man. I'm tripping. Soda Black, what up, man? Color in the chat. Hit the like. What up? What up, Soda Black? How you feeling this fine day? They never paid attention in government class. They probably think things that have to go to the Supreme Court. Congress pass anything to bypass the Supreme Court, and the president controls all the federal agencies. Yeah. One is executive. His job is to do. One is legislature. Their job is to write. And the Supreme Court's job is to interpret. One writes, the other does, the other interprets. Hey, no worries, Ralph Chestnut. Yeah, they do. Well, I mean, look, man, we're in an election cycle, so everything is going to be used for elections. And, man, they play dirty, bro. Man, y'all play real dirty. Real dirty. They play real dirty. They play real dirty. Anything goes, because that's the buck stops with it, man. Simplest way to put it. Yep, that's it. The judicial interprets, the other one writes, the other one enforces. One interprets laws, the other one writes laws, the other one enforces laws. So if we're going to go to the war, it's the president. If there's the Supreme Court interprets the Constitution. The real power in the presidency is the foreign policy, yeah, and the military. It's the military. I mean, that's the real power. That's the real secret power everywhere is the military. I agree with that. I agree with that. But I think, do you guys really think Kamala Harris really can't be president, though? Black Caucus blocked the reparation bills out here in Cali over the weekend. It was massive news. Republicans tried to bring it to the floor for a vote. What is this? Give me. I'll do that for sure. The reparations bills got shelved. Oh, okay, I got you. All right, I got you, man. Gotcha. Hey, is that Christian? Hey, what up, man? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. What's going on? What's going on, counselor? I can't imagine Kamala in a meeting with Vladimir Putin. Let me tell you, man, first of all, she'd be just fine. She will be just fine. If you can try, do you understand how mean, how vicious women can be? I'm thinking, I couldn't see Republicans bringing a reparations bill forth if they're against crucial race theory. Why? What's the conflict between a reparations bill and crucial race theory? They're pushing through the immigration bills, the undocumented housing bills, and they shut down the reparation bills. The Black Caucus in California did it. Sellout ass Negroes. The biggest sellouts in Black America are politicians. I personally think all them politicians are sellouts. Yes, hey, nothing new. I'm just keeping up with the election news and agreed. And I agree Kamala will be better against Putin. Yeah. Man, she'll be perfectly fine, bro. Y'all fucking around and think, hey, y'all keep fucking around and think Kamala's soft. Your ass be up there on that electric chair with her ass pulling that yang yang. No, I think she'll be fine. I don't particularly like the office of president. I don't trust. I'm telling you, man, I don't really trust politicians, man. You think the Saudis and the rest of Arab world would respect Kamala? She ain't got no choice. They ain't got no choice. Yeah, they'll respect her. You damn right they'll respect her. Damn right they'll respect her. Once dude, you know who killed Muammar Gaddafi and Osama bin Laden? I think Hillary Clinton killed both of them. I'm not playing with no female in no goddamn White House. They will blow up your whole country. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. Who cares? Why is Trump skipping out on the debate? Nah, dog. Gaddafi's own people didn't kill him. U.S. killed his ass. Bop, bop. Get you out of there. No. Yeah. She's very hard because she's a man. She is a let me tell you something. Anybody that talks about Henry Kissinger, like, oh, Henry Kissinger. Henry Kissinger is the murderous son of a SOB in the history of the world. And Hillary Clinton is right there rocking with him. Ooh-wee. Nah, I'm trying to tell you, you don't want that dude because she got bombs, homie. She got bombs. She got bombs, dog. Man, let me tell you, man, you guys out here tripping. Whatever, though. Kamala skipping out. She can't figure out the lies she is told. Look, all those politicians lie. Every single solitary one of them lie. What up? Don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with Texas. What up, man? NATO killed Gaddafi. Hey, man, look. Exactly. Ask Libya and Syria about Hillary Clinton. You better, I'm telling you guys, play with women, dog. Women are, well, off your ass. Dude, I do believe that Margaret Thatcher was responsible for a whole lot of cats getting X'd. I didn't know he had a reparations task force. That's all you're going to get. Man, the link has been dropped, pop culture. You're playing with me, bro. If you don't click this link, I'm kicking you out, bro. Like for a long ass time, like forever. There ain't even that many comments in this comment section, bro. This channel ain't that big. You can go to the top and get that. Oh. Kamala Harris will be a better as chief executive than Trump. Trump doesn't read intelligence reports and is deemed as a useless idiot. I mean, at the end of the day, man, you're only going to be as good as your managerial skills for the people around you. And I do believe a lot of their policies are already cookie cutter, man. And man, I had a friend that was a mayor of a city. He lost his reelection. And the person that was running against him talked about all the things that the guy that I was cool with did wrong. And when that person won and got elected, he didn't do anything. Nothing changed between when my friend was mayor and when he became mayor. All of the same policies went through. And then after that person lost, the next person came in and all the policies continued. But a president is only in office for what, either 4 or 8 years. You have career bureaucrats, career billionaires that are around for a long time before they got there, and they're there a long time after they leave. Kamala Harris is going to go along with 99% of what the Democrats' policy is. Melissa, click the link or I'm throwing you out. What are you talking about, Melissa? So what? Donald Trump is going to send billions of tax dollars to Ukraine. What do I care? You're going to send billions of dollars to how much money exactly is Donald Trump going to send to Israel? Melissa? How much money are they going to send to Israel? How much money are they going to send to other countries to puffer up their military all over the world? And you think, oh my God, a migrant got 150,000. If the Republicans and the Democrats would spend less emphasis on being global imperialists and taking care of people in the United States, I don't care if he raises our taxes or not. He's not raising our taxes to do it. No, Melissa, I'm throwing your ass out. Who wants reparations? I never said I wanted reparations. I never asked for reparations. Who wants reparations? I never asked for reparations. Black people deserve them. I never asked for them. I'm not stupid enough to spend my time wasting my time asking y'all for that shit. You're not giving me no damn You might as well be asking if a bear walks up and ate your lunch. You might as well be asking the bear to give it back as quickly as you're going to get any money up out of the United States of America to repay black people for slavery. I am sorry, bro. I've been listening to politics and paying attention for a long time now, and that conversation has not moved an inch in 40 years. Let me repeat. In my lifetime, the entire time that I've been alive, we've had a reparations conversation. The entire time. The first Democratic president in my lifetime was Jimmy Carter. He didn't give it. The next Democratic president was who? Bill Clinton. He didn't give it. Who was the next Democratic president? Oh, yeah, Barack Obama. Barack Obama didn't give me any reparations. Who was the next Democratic president? Oh, yeah, Biden. Biden didn't give it, and neither is Kamala Harris. So I didn't see any movement on reparations from any Democrats or any Republicans in 50 years. 50 years. There's not been any Republican. There's not been any movement on reparations since 1865. $1865. It is now, let me wake this up to y'all. It's 2024. If they ain't done shit about it since 1865, 1965 passed, and now we're in 2024, 40 years that have been 200 years. How long are you going to ask for the same shit that ain't coming? How long are you going to sit outside and wait for your daddy to come home? He said he was going to get milk in 1865. 2024, you're still waiting for him to bring the milk home from the store. How long y'all going to talk about reparations? It's not coming. It's not coming. I love Rick Timms. Rick, it's not coming. Rick, the black vote, the black plan ain't coming. The black reparations plan ain't coming. The black love plan ain't coming. Ain't none of that coming. The Democrats ain't coming with it. The Republicans ain't coming with it. The only pro-black plan you are ever going to see in your life is the one that you come up with for yourself, because that is it. I'm still fighting for a nuke. You're going to die anyway. We all going to die anyway. I'm just going to tell you, you damn sure going to die waiting on it, though. Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Yes, the debt is owed, but that debt ain't never getting paid. What can I tell you? She fucked him. It's the truth. Like, can you imagine, like, dog, you had a girlfriend you really, really loved, You're like, man, you really, really loved her. And she said, look, I think I'm going to date this guy, and you still waiting for her? Bro, she ain't coming back. It's been 200. It's been 124. What is that? 35, 135, 154 years. He ain't showing back up. We get reparations and they ain't needed to keep us in line. I don't know what you're talking about. The debt was owed to slaves. They didn't get it. Yeah, and you not getting it either, Iceman Vamp. I'm just telling you. I don't know how long you want me to sit here and join with that. As long as that few can feel like they the exception, we ain't getting shit. They need to be special rep, and we ain't needed to keep it in line. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you. I'm just telling you, man. I have always thought that reparation conversation should have been played out in the 80s. I was done with reparations conversations in 1980, at the latest in 1988. Around 1980, or I'm sorry, I'm fall 89, so 1990. Around 1990, I was done because I know full well it's not happening. So-called, there are no black leaders, man. They're black spokesmen. That's it. That's all we got. We got spokesmen. That's it. We don't have leaders. We have spokesmen. I love Neely Fuller Jr.'s take on that. We have spokesmen, not leaders, because they can't take us anywhere. The most they can do is speak up for our interests. And hopefully the rest of everybody else can get in line. But dog, that shit, I'm trying to tell you, man, that shit is over. If you listen, I just think some of y'all just ain't never really grown up with white people. Bro, they ain't giving you shit. That shit is not popping off. And you got another problem too, is that a lot of the white people that got a vote to say on it are Ellis Island white people. Like, they're Ellis Island white people. They're not even like Plymouth Rock. They're not Plymouth Rock white people. They're not like Nia, what is it? The Nia and the Santa Maria white people you talking to. You're talking to 1921 Ellis Island white people that came from Europe that don't give a fuck about you nor slavery. Their families didn't show up here till slavery was already over for 100 years. Some of these people that are running their mouths weren't even in the United States until 100 years after slavery was over. Let me tell you who I would definitely like to kick in the mouth. That Vivek guy y'all wanted to vote for. And all y'all nagging ass halfway in, halfway ass out black conservatives. I'm just telling you, man. The Nia, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. They ain't no Nia, Pinta, and Santa Maria white folk. These are some Ellis Island white folk. Yeah, he's trash, bro. They're just waiting to learn. Don't worry about it. They'll learn. They'll learn in their next lifetime. They'll figure it out. Especially them Africans. You know damn well them Africans going to figure it out. The Africans figured it out in their second generation. Dude, by the second generation, by the third generation, there ain't no difference between no Nigerian and a black dude from the South Side. Vivek ain't never going to be no damn president, bro. That dude he's going to have a talk show on the internet. I think I might dislike Tim Scott more than him and Byron Donalds. I have to tell you, I've never listened to a word Tim Scott said. I don't like his teeth. I don't like his teeth. He ain't got no upper lip. Well, look, if we stopped going to the NBA or the NFL and started our own stuff, they would cripple us. No, they wouldn't. They would buy us. We had our own NBA. We never had our own NFL. We did have our own NBA. We did have that. Traveling basketball teams. They just stole everything. They called it the ABA. They stole everything, called it the ABA, and then they combined it with the NBA. What's Bernie Mac vibes? I'm just saying the man ain't got no lips, bro. Oh, Byron Donalds. Is he the one with the box cut? Yeah, the Harlem Globetrotters, all of that. Yeah. Fanon, I wasn't a slave. I don't need no reparations. Who do you work for now? There's all kind of different slavery. You guys, man, I ain't voting for no Donald. You guys can kick rocks right now. I am not voting for Donald Trump. I'm just going to tell you right now, there's no way my finger is pressing a button for Donald Trump. You can get the fuck out with that. What is a good entry book to get into Neely Fuller Jr.? This guy sounds up my alley. Listening to him is way better than reading him. Just listen to Neely Fuller Jr. Don't read him. Reading him is very difficult. Because he's not like the book that he has is really, truly a workbook. It's a workbook. It's not like a novel. It's not like it's a workbook. No, I do not have to vote for Trump to improve my kids' future. Fuck you talking about? I can't improve my kids' future. All I can do is work to do the best I can do to provide them and put them in a situation where they can take care of their future. You're out here with all that generational wealth, dumb shit. Lamont Farmer said, I got jokes. What jokes? Then you vote for the perversion of children. No, I do not vote for that. You want to help the left raise a nation of... No, I don't. I'm not the left. And I can only raise my kids, dumbass. Who hate their gender? No. Skin color? Definitely not. And country. What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't know shit about what I think. But you're just going to jump up here and write all that garbage? You have no idea what I think. I am not voting for Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is not the reason that we have sexually confused bigots in the United States. There's been sexually confused bigots in the United States since the inception of the United States. I'm sorry. You are not going to make the devil out of Donald Trump, and you're not going to make the angel out of Donald Trump for me. You're not going to make Kamala Harris into the great shining princess from the sky, nor are you going to make her a babbling buffoon of incompetence, incompetent buffoon to me either. Donald Trump is going to do 99% of what the Republican base wants him to do. Kamala Harris is going to do 99% of what the Democratic base wants her to do. That's what the problem is with party politics. I think maybe I was in college when I figured this out. Oh, it's a party. I was sitting literally, man, I was reading, thinking, trying to understand something related to the electoral system. And I was like, oh, it's a party. Literally, it's a party. Hey, a group of people that are all working together to achieve something. And another party that is all working together to achieve something. What we have is, we have an oligarchy. We have an oligarchy. Both the Republicans Party and the Democratic Party are going to do what the people that are paying for the party tell them to do. You guys are surprised. I keep hearing people say, wow, the Democratic National Convention, it was just like a big ass party. it's called a political party for a reason. Because they're all getting together and saying to themselves, this is what we think about where we want to go. And then they all go their separate ways in government, and they all work towards that common goal, the common goal of the party. And Kamala Harris is going to do what the party wants. And Donald Trump, once they worked out that whole MAGA wing of the party versus the Tea Party wing of the Republican Party, once they work out that right, far right, stupid far right, what do you call it? I was gonna say biography, but whatever, that whole thing that they got going on within the Republican Party, dude, they're all still within that same. The question really comes down to who specifically friends are going to get paid out of it, is what it seems like to me. The only difference between Democrats and Republicans is their stance on social issues, which really doesn't matter. Well, let me tell you, what I've always thought, Iceman Vamp? Like for me, it's like they split the issues that make sense. So for me, like almost like you're going to find, unless you're like a real extremist, you're going to find something that you like in both parties and things you don't like in both parties. So, and then you're going to find things that are common to both parties. The war, the military, that's common to both parties. Both parties. Democrats and Republicans, you know for sure what they're going to do is pump a ton of money into that military. They believe in regime change. They are absolutely positively. What's that? What's that? Regime change is, what do they call it? Neocons? Neoliberals, neoconservatives. The neo is globalist, from what I can see. But at the end of the day, though, man, the best thing we can do for ourselves is deal with Neely Fuller Jr. said. Be constructive in everything we do, we say, and we think, and then try to improve our lives every day, man. But I'm telling you, man, nobody's ever been able to convince me that voting in and of itself is the means, is really what we're looking at. We're looking for our own goals to be achieved in our own lives. So I don't really think waiting around for politicians to give us reparations are doing anything but lining the pockets of the black people that are asking for it. Because I still just don't get why we're still on the conversation. Other than we deserve it. We've been deserving it. Yes, black people, to the extent that people that didn't experience it themselves and are still victims of it deserve it. We deserve it. But they're still not going to do it. So I need to know why in the world we ain't talking about things that we can get done. And it's a wedge issue. It's a wedge issue. Yeah. It's like, if you're going to tell me I can never vote for a black politician unless they are out there pushing for reparations, you're not going to vote for any black politician, because it's not reasonable to ask them to go to their white constituents and say, hey, I know that I'm working for you. I'm your congressman, but look, I don't care about you. I only really care about these people over here. Do you know what that means? It means you're only going to get local politicians in black areas to really push that issue. Because the other ones to get elected gotta leave the issue alone. What can you get done? Easy. But see, my solution is it's not sensational enough. My solution to the problem lacks sensation. It's not a magic wand. We can give us reparations and we can fix everything. By being constructive in everything you do, you say, and you think. By compensating for the system of racism. By developing a way to behave that compensates for it. There are people in this world that do, black people in this world that do not need reparations. Can anybody give me the name of 3 black people that do not need reparations? Michael Jordan does not need reparations. Doesn't need them. I don't need reparations. Phenomenal Show doesn't need reparations. He doesn't need them for himself. He doesn't. It be now. Don't get me wrong. Could use it. Oh, I could use a couple $100 million dropped on my head. I could. I could use it. But if you have your own, you don't need it. I did like, okay, so do you know how people talk about providing general wealth? What do you call it? Generational wealth. Fucks has that got to do with me? Fanon, Kamala and Democrats allow your kids to change gender without your permission. No, they don't. My kids are adults. I've got 2 heterosexual kids who are now both legal adults. They're not doing anything to me. They're using confusion. That's just confusion. That's the same thing they do to everybody, keep you confused. Hey, nope. I absolutely do not need reparations, but the fight ain't about me. I got that. But I think my personal thing, Phenomenal Noop, is that just drop your buckets. I think black people need to drop their buckets where they are. We're not leaving the United States. That going back to Africa movement is a wrap. That's a wrap. We ain't going back. You remember when back to Africa was a thing? We ain't going back. That's a wrap. There ain't nowhere else to go on the globe. That's a wrap. Every area of the globe already wrapped up. So what do? You compensate for it. And how do you compensate for it? By being constructive in everything you do, you say, and you think. And you try to figure out how you can compensate for the reality that you know is real. I like the way Neely Fuller Jr. talks about getting on a prison footing, getting on a war footing. That's what Neely Fuller says. Neely Fuller says, look, man, we're already in jail. He said, according to Neely Fuller, and I love the way that he looks at this. It's the way that he looks at it. It's like if you just envision the world as a big-ass concentration camp, the whole damn thing is already locked up by white supremacists. They've already got the whole globe on lock. And how do they maintain this control? Through confusion. Neely Fuller Jr. said a long time ago, King, that men were going to think that they were women, and women were going to think that they're men, and boys thought that they were going to be girls, and girls thought they were going to be boys, or going to think that they're going to be boys. Because that's how you control people, by constantly confusing them, moving them around. Like, hey, man, you're living over in this area. Hey, time to gentrify. Get up, pick all your shit up, and move across town for no other reason than just to fucking move you, to keep you unsettled. So if somebody is that willing to keep other people unsettled, why are they about to drop all that money on you? You're not. I'm sorry, man. Nobody's gonna ever convince me. And I definitely get the love and saying, like, look, man, you need to make some type of movement here to acknowledge what happened and a legitimate apology for it, and to put real things in place so that the people that are still suffering from the vestiges of systematic, legal, encouraged, and damn near mandatory racism in the United States, to make sure that that's all cleaned up. Because the truth of the matter is, you're never going to fix any of these other problems until you fix that one. I am a true believer in that. Ain't nobody like, it's like old girl said, no, you know, nobody, nothing's good is going to come to you until you make right by me. Nothing. I'm trying to tell you, the United States is going to be in a boil of shit, continuing to roll over into one until it makes right by the descendants of slaves. I truly believe that. But they're not going to do it. They would rather burn in hell than solve that damn problem. Martin, I just want to support with some color. I appreciate you having a channel where you can discuss other topics than boxing. Gratitude. No, dude, seriously, thank you so much, Keith Nolan. I've seen how you've been holding the channel down for the last couple of weeks, bro. And trust you me, man, it's greatly appreciated. There's a video of Frances Cress Wellesley saying the same thing. Yeah, I'm a big believer in Frances Cress Wellesley. Pretty much learned her theory from Neely Fuller Jr. Yeah, no, racism was mandatory. When you make miscegenation illegal, when you have legally separated, when you have separate but equal legal as a law, that is mandated racism. And it's very, very strong. But we got to solve it ourselves. They're not going to solve it, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's not going to fucking happen. Like in my own personal life, man, at work, I worked for a company for a long time. I worked for people that I cared for a lot. And I just kept telling myself over a series of years, like, yeah, it'll get better. It'll get better. It'll get better. And then one day I realized, I was like, nah, this shit is never going to get better. This is what it is. This is how this person is. This person is not going to change. That person is not going to change. I've got to change what I'm doing. I got to change what I'm doing. And within the Black community, I'm telling you, there's a very funny line between people that are, there are people at extremes, people that are just so really think that Black people are all kind of horrible problems. And then other people that think, oh, the white people are a terrible problem. It's all them. It's all us or it's all them. It's all us or it's all them type of people. It's all Black people's problems. Those are the scapegoaters. Those are the excuse makers that are like, hey, man, I would rather not address this problem that I see and just act like the weak people in the room are just making shit up so I can get along with the strong people in the room. That's a lot of those politicians that don't believe half the shit coming out their mouth. On the other side of it, though, is there really are poverty pimps that are suckering Black people into staying victims. Really, not to staying victims, because Black people in America have been victimized, without a doubt. But there are people that make it impossible to make it. Where's the progress going to come? If we're not talking about what we're going to change about ourselves. I've been able to use the GI Bill and the Hazelwood Act. Oh, the GI Bill in order to get a college money for college? Yeah. Like, I'm just telling you, man, it's really both sides. And you feel it, like I feel it when I'm doing these conversations. Like, we'll talk to somebody that's like, it's either a super staunch Democrat or they're like a super conservative. They're like, Kamala's the worst thing in the world, or Kamala's going to save the planet, or Trump is the devil. And look what he's trying to do. He's this evil criminal felon. Dude, he's got a felony because he's got 34 felonies because Democrats put 34 felonies on him. Just kind of like people pointing to how communism never worked in the Caribbean because they put economic blockades around Cuba. Not because the idea wouldn't work, because you wouldn't let it work. How do I compare Franz Fanon with Neely Fuller Jr.? Neely Fuller Jr. didn't give a shit about what Franz Fanon was talking about. He's like, that's all nice and dandy, but what are we going to do about it? Neely Fuller, Franz Fanon was trying to, during the time frame that he was alive, which was in the 50s, 60s, and the 40s, they were trying to come around to the idea of what the mentality is of the colonized. Because he was from what, like, anyway, one is a psychiatrist that's interested in the inner workings of the mind. The other one is a military guy that is really looking for practical solutions to the problem that we face. I wouldn't compare them because they were talking about two different things completely. Yeah, exactly. Berry Farms, that's DC, isn't it? Berry Farms? Berry Farms in DC, isn't it? But anyway, that's my take, man. But look, thank y'all so much for chopping it up with me. But I am about to biz ounce. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll be back tomorrow morning, and I'll be back tomorrow around 5 o'clock, and we'll chop it up again. Thanks, Truth. Hey, thanks, Truth Seeker. I did enjoy talking to you, though. Yeah, that's in DC. Yeah. But anyway, with that, I'm going to get up out of here, man. I'm only going to try to do like an hour and a half on these evening live streams. But I'm going to holler back at you, man. Thank y'all. And we'll keep support. We'll keep working on figuring out the content. Thanks. Hey, thanks, phenomenal show. Hey, phenomenal show, dude. If you could send me, just let me know what videos you think I should make, and I'll make them. Because I'm not the best at picking topics on this. This one, I'm going to do. The one on the California reparations, I'll do that for sure. Yes, sir. Salute. Hey, thanks. And Keith, so thank you so much for being such a big supporter of the channel. For real. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day. With that, I'm out. Deuces.